and the solution to this problem comes from community efforts and individuals' choices. This is Quin and I'm Sam Wyatt, and Quin's going to tell you a little bit more about why this is a community issue.
So sugar is a necessary nutrient for everyone's diet. Therefore, it's easy to consume excessive amounts of added sugar through processed foods. The rising rates of sugar consumption in the past few decades is paralleled by the rising rates of diabetes and heart disease in our country. First, we'll address what sugar does to you and what it's doing to our communities. Then we'll shift our focus to what caused it, such as marketing and faulty research. And then we'll conclude with how we can solve the problem with changes to our diet and our dietary guidelines. So first, let's answer the big question, what is sugar doing to us? Excessive consumption of added sugars leads to serious detrimental effects on one's bodies and is worsened by its addictive properties. Now, sugar has numerous effects on your body, and the sugar industry often overshadows this with the temporary joy, happiness, and energy that it gives us. However, in a 2004 study by the University of North Carolina, it was found that the majority of children receive less than 25% of their energy from added sugars. This also significantly increased weight gain and their risk of dying from a heart disease. Overall, the odds of dying from a heart disease rose in tandem with the percentage of sugar in the diet, and this was found true regardless of age, sex, physical activity level, and body mass index. In a study by Harvard University, it was found that 10% of the average American's caloric intake was made up of added sugars. And these, over a third of these was from sugar-sweetened beverages such as pop, energy drinks, and sports drinks. Now, nutritionists frown on added sugars for two reasons specifically. The first being its undeniable links to weight gain and cavities, and the second being that the empty calories from added sugars can crowd out the healthy foods in our diet. Now, all of these effects are made worse by sugar's addictive capabilities. In 2007, Princeton University did a study on rats who were fed nothing but added sugar substances, and this consistent consumption of sugar led to neurochemical changes in the brain and behaviors similar to that of substances of abuse. These behaviors were characterized by binging, opiate-like withdrawal indicated by signs of anxiety and depression, craving as enhanced response to sugar during sugar abstinence, and cross-sensitization to alcohol and amphetamine. All of these effects are similar to tobacco use and how tobacco and sugar can lead to long-term effects such as diabetes and heart disease, which is why part of the problem is how the sugar industry marketed their product and how faulty research led to incorrect dietary guidelines.
So, I'm going to take you back to the 1970s. The Great Western Sugar Company closed then and released an archive of all the research and marketing styles they used. And they used a marketing style that's parallel to the tobacco industry, and actually they had hired certain people from the tobacco marketing company to market for sugar. They would diminish health concerns, so they would cover up health concerns by positive effects, such as the quick energy and low-calorie intake. And on marketing labels, there are 56 known names to cover up sugar, including honey and sucrose and glucose. 30 years of research went hidden in these archives that are just coming out today. And what the research showed was that they paid 3 Harvard scientists, most notably Frederick Stare in the 1960s, to cover up basically the heart disease and the diabetes linked to sugar by focusing more on how fats are bad for us. Which it came out that fats are not really the problem, where it is sugars that are more related to the heart disease and the diabetes. How they would get away with paying these researchers is through unrestricted grants, which are basically giving them money to do research on anything, but in return they wanted the results that would help them. Frederick Stare was not only why he's most notable is because he also was the same researcher who helped the tobacco industry promote their goods by covering up lung cancer and different cancers that smoking can cause. So that's a big promotion with influencing the public, because you have a huge university that's known and you have a well-known researcher telling you that it's fine. But we can't blame marketing in the sugar companies for our health problems, because it's our choice to consume their products. Which brings us back to Quin for the solution to the problem.
Now, solutions to this problem include day-to-day activities that people can take to improve their diet, and also adjustments to our recommended dietary guidelines. Like I said before, sugar is a necessary component for a healthy diet. However, they should be found from natural sugars, such as that found in fruits and vegetables, not added sugars through processed food and drink. The American Heart Association recommends that you consume no more than 100 to 150 calories of added sugars per day, and the World Health Organization says that you should limit your overall sugar consumption to 5% of your caloric intake. However, this is not just up to us, and we need a complete overhaul of federal guidelines to adjust with old developments on sugar research that are now just coming to light, and promote healthier diets in our communities and especially our schools, where children are most impressionable, and it can set up their dietary outlook for the rest of their lives. We need to develop these new guidelines to put pressure on the sugar industry and increase scrutiny of added sugars. Now I bring it back to Sam, who will finish this off.
So today we talked to you guys and informed you about what is the problem and how it's affecting us, where it started, and also the solution to the problem. And like I said, we can't just blame the sugar companies for our consumption of their product. It's our choices. And now that we know the risks, it's on you guys now to decide what you want to consume in your daily diet. Thank you.